Hello, welcome back to the screencast, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Thursday here in our studio, and we're going to be talking and furthering our understanding of algebra today. And we're going to tackle what some sixth graders view as possibly the hardest thing we do in algebra so far in sixth grade, and that is looking at a word problem and coming up with our own algebraic expression. I'd like to use a strategy called defining the variable, where first we're going to look at the words in our word problem, reading carefully, and take a look at the most important words, and sometimes we call them math words. We'll come up with a variable, which is, as we learned yesterday, a letter that represents an unknown quantity, or for the most part, a number. And then we're going to write an expression of our own that will help us solve the problem. Let's get to a real example. In the phrase $8 more than Ryan earned, we can take a look and find a word that might signal us what kind of algebraic expression we're going to write. So the words I see are $8 more. And to me, the word more usually means adding. So we're going to be adding in this expression. The variable we're going to use D, but if you wanted to use R or you wanted to use X, that doesn't really matter. But any letter, we're going to be representing the number of dollars that Ryan earned because we're looking for $8 more than what he earned. I'm going to skip right down to the bottom here. So we can write an expression D, which is our variable, which represents the numbers of dollars that Ryan earned, plus 8, because the 8 more is what we're looking to find. Let's look at another expression. $10 less than the original price. When you see the word less, what do you think of? Do you think of multiplication? Do you think of division? Do you think of addition or subtraction? I agree with you. Subtraction is what I view. So $10 less than the original price. Step one is find the words. That the word less to me was super important. Let's see if I can work this. Oh, this is going to be challenging. I did it. Less. And to me, that's a subtraction. Second, what's our variable going to be? P in this case for price, maybe O for original, or maybe just X. The variable to me doesn't really matter. Just so we use it correctly is what I very much am interested in. Let's skip right down to our expression. What expression would you write for $10 less than the original price? Did you write P minus 10? Because if you did it correctly. And we could figure out what the original price is, or the new price is, if we know the original price. And that's how I would use this expression. One more. This one here. This one has, to me, two word phrases that are very important. Write the phrase 5 less than 3 times the number of points. All right, so to me, the words less, and when I think of less, I think of subtraction. I hope you do too. And this one literally tells me here, times, I think of that, I think of multiplication. Remember, in algebra, we're not going to be using x's anymore, but in this case, I'm going to use it anyway. And now when we think of what expression we're going to use and which variable we're going to use, points. Yeah, so P for points. Think a minute. If I have 3 times the number of points, or 5 less than 3 times the number of points, I need to do subtraction, I need to do multiplication, and I'm going to use my variable P. What's my new expression going to be? If you said 3 times P minus 5, and then kind of going back, the minus 5 right here ended up at the back because we're subtracting from the original 3 times, which becomes 3p. And we talked yesterday a little bit about when we put a variable next to a number like that, it's really saying 3 times that number. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the basics of how to write an algebraic expression to solve a problem or complete a phrase. We'll be going over this a couple days in our class just to make sure we got this under control. Ladies and gentlemen, that's algebra, and that's the maths you should know.